When the first Borat movie came out in 2006, it became a pop culture phenomenon.
In honor of our next guest, Borat.
Opening in theaters today, and earlier I sat down with Borat. All the way from Kazakhstan, Borat!
Please welcome Borat!
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the one, the only Borat.
Please say hello to Borat!
For a long time, you'd always hear somebody quoting one of his famous catchphrases.
High five!
They're nice.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Great success.
He also influenced many people around the world to wear his particular style of fashion. Genqui, I like make hand party. It's nice. Borat, subsequent movie film. So this review was requested by one of my subscribers, Jeff, and he writes, any chance we can get a Borat subsequent movie film review soon? Thanks for writing in, Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
And if you want to be a champion like Jeff by submitting a review request, it's just 2 easy steps. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel and simply write your request in the comments. Now let's talk about Borat, subsequent movie film.
Borat's subsequent movie film.
After 14 years of imprisonment for making his nation of Kazakhstan a laughingstock around the world from the first Borat film, he's then released to embark on a mission to deliver a gift to Vice President Mike Pence in the attempt to redeem his nation. Now, many of us already knew comedic actor Sacha Baron Cohen from The Ali G Show. Known for interviewing the unsuspecting public, celebrities, and the political elite, he uses the characters that he plays to expose their hypocrisies and prejudices in the most hilarious of ways. On the big screen, Cohen's characters received varying degrees of success from Ali G in The House and Bruno. But it was the Borat movie that made him a household name across the globe. Since Borat, he's done a handful of other comedic and dramatic projects. But regarding the films where he plays the lead, none have captured that proverbial lightning in a bottle the way Borat has.
I did it.
So 14 years later, after the Me Too movement started by Jabba the Weinstein, he tackles topics like abortion, social media, high society, and politicians. So basically, the ignorance and prejudices of modern America.
What is more dangerous, this virus or the Democrat?
Democrats.
It's a confrontational satire disguised as a documentary. And the timing couldn't be more perfect considering today's political climate in America. And some of this was filmed amidst the pandemic.
They're wanting everybody to quarantine so they don't spread this virus.
Could I stay in your home?
Fun fact, Seth Rogen was a writer for The Ali G Show. And recently, Rogen said on social media that Borat 2 had a few of the funniest scenes he'd ever seen in a movie. Well, let's put that to the test, shall we? Starting with the bad stuff.
I was publicly humiliated.
If I had a laugh meter between 0 to 10, 10 being laugh my ass off, the first and second acts of this film would always range between 8 to 10, 8 to 10. By that stage, I was thinking, geez, I think this could actually be funnier than the first film. But by the time we got to the third act, my laugh meter was only hitting between 6 to 7.
That'll do.
Now, most comedies would kill for a 6 to 7 from their audience, but Borat isn't like most comedies. The first film placed the benchmark so high, leaving the sequel with some very large shoes to fill.
What?
How about that? Isn't that amazing?
Don't misunderstand me, I still had a good time as the film was coming to an end. It just didn't finish as strong as it started. It's still pretty good considering most other comedies disappoint me fresh off the mark. This film gets very heavy with political commentary. It's funny and relevant now, but not so much given a little time.
It's not good for me.
So these jokes only have a short lifespan and won't age as well as the other jokes. That's what makes the jokes in the first movie a little more timeless. And I know this is all subjective, but man, I really do feel they gave away their best jokes in the trailers. Now let's move on to the good stuff.
Somebody that's strapped to the top of your car.
Only men and bears are allowed inside car.
I got mad respect for Sacha Baron Cohen and Maria Bakalova, who plays Borat's daughter, Tatar. These two have managed to put themselves in not only hilarious and uncomfortable situations, but some really dangerous ones too. Often life-threatening. Cause yeah, there are some Americans here with guns.
Let's go. Go, go, go.
And our two actors pulled it off while staying in character the entire time.
Michael Penis, I brought the girl for you.
Some would call it stupid, others would call it brave. I call it professionally dedicated. Let's not forget that they are fooling their unsuspecting targets in the hopes that they themselves act foolishly for the cameras. So much is riding on the fact that they cannot break character. Otherwise the jig's up and that's a scene or a sequence of scenes ruined or lost. There's no do-over. And amazingly, he and his team managed to keep the production of this film secret from the general public. And it's all in the name of comedy.
This is obviously a tragedy, but on the bright side, what a great way to go.
As I touched on earlier, the first and second acts of this movie was nothing short of brilliant. The candid camera mockumentary style was used so effectively that it really felt like we, the audience, was in on the joke with these two actors. And everybody else was fair game as their targets/victims.
Where is the no means yes section? Yes?
The setup and payoff of so many jokes were executed perfectly. And you don't need to wait for the punchline to get a laugh, because the setup itself is already so many flavors of hilarious. And in typical Sacha Baron Cohen style, he definitely goes for the shock value.
What's up? Eminem, nice to meet you.
Are you serious?
What's up?
Are you serious?
This is why they call me Slim Shady. Come on, man.
I often found myself bouncing back and forth between my jaw dropping to the floor in disbelief and laughing hysterically. Like when Rudy Giuliani did this. And because Borat's famous now, he had to use a variety of elaborate disguises to keep fans from swarming him. And some of those disguises were pretty convincing. Now before I share my final thoughts, just a friendly reminder to click like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on my future videos. Subscribe. Support this channel. Support this channel or I will be executed. And if you like my content, I want you to become one of my valued subscribers by supporting this channel on Patreon, simply at patreon.com/PeterPabloReviews, just like these Patreon legends right here. You'll find the link in the description below. And now for my final thoughts.
This man is sex criminal?
No, no sex criminal.
Starting with the lows, we have a weak third act and time-sensitive gags. And as for the highs, it's hilariously risky and a very strong first and second acts.
I feel bad because I was the one who put the baby in her. Did you ever put one in your daughter?
So overall, I laughed my ass off watching this film. I definitely recommend it, especially if you already have a subscription to Amazon Prime. It didn't quite reach the same peaks as the original, but it's still a damn good sequel. It's funny, shocking, and unpredictable. It takes risks and is unapologetic in its methods. Cohen holds a mirror in front of American culture and says, "Here, have a look at yourselves." I'm actually looking forward to seeing the behind the scenes and deleted footage for this movie. And of course, what kind of Borat film would this be if it didn't attract one of America's favorite pastimes, filing lawsuits? He must have the best lawyers. It's currently got a Rotten Tomatoes score of 85%, so the odds are really good that you'll enjoy this film. But if you're someone who did not enjoy the first Borat film, I doubt that this movie will win you over. Is it worth signing up to Amazon Prime? Well, that will depend if you like the rest of their content, so your mileage may vary. Otherwise, you can try the 30-day trial to see if it's for you. So, have you seen Borat's subsequent movie film yet? Did you like it? Did you prefer it over the first Borat movie? I've shared my thoughts, now I want to hear yours. And remember guys, I take review requests, so smash that subscribe button and leave me a comment. And who am I, you ask? I'm Viggo Mortensen. Bye for now.
You know, my father used to say, whatever you do it 100%. When you work, work. When you laugh, laugh. When you eat like it's your last meal.
Quoting one of his famous catchphrases. Eat Borat. This review, okay. To do is just too easy f***ing. Submitting a review request, or it's just confrontational satire. This film gets very heavy with political. They are fooling their unsuspecting. Support this channel or I will be executed. Yeah. I'm Bigo. I'm Bigo. Bigo. I like hand party. It's nice. What is that? A fly? I'm just making shit up now.
to the men and women who serve in law enforcement.
If you want safe environment, subscribe to the channel or I will be executed. If you like this video and you want to see more, well, here you go.